What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. Join us for the preview of Sunderland versus Arsenal, 5:30 p.m. kickoff this Saturday. Will the Stadium of Light be the Stadium of Light work for Arsenal come the end of Saturday? I'm hoping so. I'm sure my panelists as well. I've got Laurie Lyle and Matt Pincus with me. I don't even need to a round of applause, but big up you guys. Obviously a big game this Saturday, big game, and Lee Judges has not stopped reminding me that this is a big game. He keeps saying, this is the biggest game. This is the biggest game. You know, it's just Man City versus Liverpool that same day or the next day. This is a deciding weekend of football for Arsenal Football Club.
Speak.
Yeah. Okay, that's what you say. But let me just quickly, before we go into our thoughts and feelings ahead of this game, the nickname for Sunderland is?
Black Cats.
See, I never knew that. I only recently found out.
Haven't they got a black cat on the logo?
Well, this is the thing. It's not a cat. I thought it was a cat. They're lions. I think back in the day they had a cat on a ball.
Same family though, isn't it? Cats turn into lions.
Correct. Well.
If they eat enough.
I know it's the same family. I don't know if that's...
It's the same family. I don't know if like the house cat turns into a lion.
It's the cat family.
Moving on.
We like to have fun.
They share certain characteristics, but I don't think it's the same thing. To be honest.
Obviously, I mean,
I'd much rather come up against a cat than a lion.
Oh yeah.
I hear you. All right, well listen, obviously I'm in good spirits. I've got my Christmas jumper on already. It's almost that time. It's not almost that time, but for me it is. I love the Christmas period. Sunderland are winless in their last 15 Premier League games against Arsenal. That's drawing 5 and losing 10.
That don't mean nothing.
Doesn't mean nothing. No, so how are you feeling for this game? Are you nervous? Are you confident? Arsenal?
I'm confident, but I do think that Sunderland will put up a pretty stiff resistance. I'm pretty sure they will. In fact, they're unbeaten at home, if I'm thinking.
Oh, you took one of my stats.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Don't worry, it's good. It's good research.
And then, of course, there's the Granit Xhaka factor. I call it the Granit Xhaka derby. And I was saying to one of the guys next door, I could just see, and listen, I hope it doesn't happen. I can just see Granit Xhaka bursting that bubble with our defensive record of not conceding. I could see him hitting one from outside the box and it flying into the top corner.
Giving it all that as well.
A Xhaka boom.
Yeah.
A Xhaka boom. Could you potentially
God forbid.
God forbid. I don't see it happening, but you're saying, the Granit Xhaka derby.
I hope it doesn't happen, but I just envisioned it happening. I could just see it now.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Doesn't mean to say we're going to lose the game, obviously, but I could see it.
Matt, for you then, obviously Sunderland, you said you wouldn't be shocked. I don't want Xhaka to score. I don't actually see that happen. I think our defence is too superior. But for you, this game Saturday, like I mentioned, Lee, I know you've done probably plenty of content already, or on your own platform or here at AFTV around the game. Do you see this as a massive weekend for Arsenal?
Massive. Yeah? Every game is massive, but I think this is probably one of the biggest tests of the season so far. Like you said, unbeaten at home. Sunderland, although they came up this year, they don't seem like they're scared of anyone, especially at the Stadium of Light. They're going to bring the game to us. They're not going to play out for a draw. I think they're going to play to win. That scares me a little bit. They've got a couple of individuals that scare me. One of them being Xhaka, one of them being Wilson Isidore. I don't.
You lot are taking my show plan.
Wilson Isidore, let me tell you, is a quality player.
25-year-old player there. He's actually been flying for them. Actually, I'll let you talk about him, and we'll do the whole breakdown towards the end of this preview.
I can't say I'm an expert on Wilson Isidore, but he's one of them players. Do you remember? He's one of them players that come up and bag about 10 to 15 goals in a Prem season, like Liam Delap or that sort of calibre. And I think that he's going to be a tough striker to deal with. Yeah. And like you say, Xhaka, we can all see it happening. God forbid it actually does, but it would be very. I wouldn't be shocked if it did.
I would go as far as to say that Sunderland are one of the stories of the season. Maybe not the story.
It's early,
but even after 10 games, they're 4th in the table.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, a lot of people said that the 3 teams that are coming up are most likely going to go down. With Sunderland, I can see already that they are not going down.
I agree with
that. They do look solid. And the manager, Regis Labrie?
Yeah.
He looks like he's got things there under control. They've got an identity. They know what they're doing. At home, they can play, man. And then they've got the crowd. I mean,
that's it.
If what I'm hearing is true, people are telling me that the Stadium of Light is the loudest ground in the Premier League at the moment.
They're probably not wrong. I think with Sunderland, they're one of the most cohesive teams in the Premier League. Obviously, I'd say us as well. But like you mentioned there, the crowd, the backing, the manager, the identity from the club, a very good team. And people would, like you mentioned before, people thought most clubs from the Championship, there's a massive gulf now between the Premier League teams. They said it's getting bigger and bigger. This season is kind of seemed almost debunked until, we won't know until the end of the season, but Sunderland will definitely be up there.
This game is going to be one of those games that kind of reinforce what Arsenal are. I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to tell us what we're about, because I think we already know.
So this is a real test.
But I think it's going to reinforce that. When we go up there and we beat them, because I do think we beat them, we'll be able to turn around and say, see, Sunderland came with energy, with chest, but we overcame them. And that's the type of game that's going to me, cement what we are as a team.
Come on, ball knowledge, boys, and people in the room as well, because there's people watching behind the camera. There's two players that played for Arsenal in this Sunderland team. Maybe Matt might get this one. Who's the second? Oh, Lee's got his hand up in the back. Let me just give Matt some time before he says it. Lee, I'm surprised Lee knows this. There's two players in this Sunderland 11 who've played, well,
Ballard. CB, Ballard.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Play.
Damn, oh, yeah.
He beat me to it. Yeah, it's a preemptive strike.
Dan Ballard obviously didn't actually make a first appearance, but he came through Arsenal ranks.
I think he did.
I don't know if he...
Europa League. I think he came on for Ozil one time.
Oh, well, he must be really
Maybe
young,
fact check that in the back.
The comments or the production will do that. But yeah, Dan Ballard obviously he come through the Arsenal ranks, was at under 23s, then went to Sunderland. And he's currently in their back line. Yeah, massive, strong.
Big boy.
Technical player as well for a centre-back as well. Apparently he's very good on the ball as well. So, listen, we'll be facing him as well. Obviously, Granit Xhaka is the obvious one. Let me read the stat here. Arsenal last 4 wins have all come without conceding. The Gunners won 5 in a row with a clean sheet, each time in September and October of 19... What year? 99? Actually, no. I want to say the year. 1987. Who was it under? What manager had a defensive?
George Graham.
There we go.
Top man, George Graham.
George Graham as well. So defense is always the talking topic around Arsenal at the moment. Sunderland, do you guys see us being, troubled when it comes to keeping a clean sheet? Because at some point, Arsenal are going to have to concede. Do you think this will be the game where that happens? You've kind of half said it. Do you believe that, Matt? Do you both believe this will be the game where Arsenal finally, actually concede a goal? The net bulges against us.
I don't want to say yeah. I don't want to. I don't think it is. I think we're more than capable of going there and shutting up shop like we always do. We are so hard to break down. So hard. And, the first team that does it, fair play to them. Because there's been plenty of quality footballers that we've played in the last, 9 games without conceding, that haven't managed to put the ball in the back of the net because our defence is too good. Also, you've got to beat the defence and then you've got to beat David Raya.
That's a good point.
I think it's the reason why I said what I said is it's just that, when you get a player coming up against his old club, there's always something in the air that happens. I'm not saying that if he scores, we will drop points or lose. I'm just saying I could see it happening. I really could.
Dave said it's his first time playing against Arsenal. I'm sure he played against Arsenal for Leverkusen. It might have been a friendly. But
it was a friendly.
Yeah, but people, he went on I'm going to read some of his quotations, but he said it's the first time obviously facing his team. I suppose maybe competitively in the league. I'll go on to say what Xhaka said. He said Saturday will be special for sure because I am now on the opposite side against them for the first time, which surprised me. Then he went on to say, I'll never forget the first day. I don't know if any of you saw these comments. The first day Mikel came in, he said, Xhaka was at the training ground. We had a big room. There were some chairs in there, and I think Arteta came on his first day as manager and threw all the chairs around the room. And then
what do you mean threw?
Like some on the floor, some toppled over, some just in Britain's face, and he goes, when they all come in, he goes, "You see this? This is chaos." When I read this, I can actually picture him doing this. This is chaos. And then he made all the players pick up the chairs and put them in in a normal formation.
Did he get them to check their wallets as well?
And the RAF pilot.
He's
a weird bloke.
He's very strange. He said he goes from the first day. That's what he did. He made us put them all in the right place. He goes from that day on. Xhaka knew that Arteta was very serious about mentality and how things can move forward. He said, he thinks, I can read it here, you think, wow, he started already with these standards. The first day after that, he was building our mentality, standards in training, pre-training, activation and recovery. He brought people in who did a great job. It was unbelievable to work with him because he saw football in a different way. Xhaka was if I'm honest though, Arteta had a big impact on Xhaka's story, though. Let's be real, because Xhaka wasn't a favourite at all when he was there, and he kept him there. There's been quotes that he had a conversation with Granit Xhaka, and that's the reason why Xhaka decided to stay. So he owes a lot to him. He will be a concern because of how good he's been this season.
Can I just say though, like, and you know this is true because me and you have spoken plenty of times about it off camera. Granit Xhaka was one of my favourite players when he was at Arsenal. Even when people were doubting his quality, and there was a time when his discipline wasn't great. Because there's something about that guy that I really admired, his mentality. Yeah. He's a man's man. I've said it a few times as well on stream that if you're going out for a night out, man, and you had to take a couple of Arsenal players with you to, you know what I mean? Who the kind of guys that if you got to say this sticky, a lot. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you take, yeah.
He would be one of the first man I would call because he just has that. Gabriel is like that now.
That's what I'm saying. We used to not have players like that.
Exactly.
Now,
but
in our team.
He was like that from way back.
But I do agree with that. But I think the weird thing about Xhaka is I don't think he was that loved until his last season.
Agreed.
That's true, yeah.
Where, there were times where Xhaka lost the game for us because of a head loss moment. Yeah. And he sort of, in the last season and a half maybe, really matured and became someone that we actually relied on and missed when he left. And I do think that he was a prime example of, it doesn't matter if you're playing good or bad, the mentality, as long as you are showing that you want to win and you know, this club means everything to you, we will love you. Exactly. And Xhaka showed that, I think, a lot in his last season. He showed that leadership and he showed how much it affected him
massively.
After that. When the Amazon Prime documentary came out, you saw him after that Newcastle game. He was the angriest out of the lot because it meant the most to him. Yeah. And I think that was a turning point where people started to realise Xhaka's one of the good guys.
Yeah, he did a Players' Tribune
remember
as well.
he used to tell that story about when he was a kid growing up.
The key.
Yeah. And he said how his parents, even though he wasn't the oldest, they gave him the key because they identified
him as a leader.
And to me, that's how he epitomises that. And that's why I said, if you're going on a night out and things get a bit sticky and you wanted a couple of footballers from Arsenal to come with you, he would be amongst the first people I would call. Just like now, Gabriel would be amongst the first people. You know what I mean? You need that in your team. And he can play a bit as well. Let's have it right.
He's a good player.
An enforcer. The guy can play.
It's funny. He's an interesting character. You're spot on. I actually forgot about that key story, but that was so funny. You brought that back up. It reminded me. But he is clearly an integral part to Sunderland. I think the fans that I've spoken to said he's the best player they've seen play there, which is incredible. Incredible compliment.
He can play.
At his age as well, to say that about a player like that. He's also the captain. I don't think I've ever seen a signing become a captain so quickly at a club. So he's their captain as well.
Well, apparently Sunderland, to be fair, they went out of their way to get him, and because a lot of people were surprised, weren't they, when Xhaka rocked up at Sunderland? You're thinking, right, if he's going to come back to the Premier League, he would have come back to a team, let's be honest, a little bit more, how can we put it, a bit more safe, like that. A team that had a bit more safety.
More experience in the Premier League. They've been here longer than...
But it seems to have been a perfect fit. And again, with Xhaka, you listen to the Sunderland fans, what is the one thing that they're talking about that he's brought there? Mentality. Apparently, when they played the game, was it Chelsea?
Chelsea is there. You're going on to my next point. I was just saying, like, his mentality is very resilient. Xhaka is a very resilient player. You can see he's a leader. He's a mentality monster. That game against Chelsea, they went down and conceded, which they've done many times. Sunderland, they conceded first in many games and come from behind and ended up getting a draw or a win. They came behind against Chelsea, and they ended up winning the game 2-1. But that is what they're good at. They're very good at never die attitude.
But did you hear the story about how he tore into the players at half time?
Oh no, I didn't know.
Yeah, apparently he proper let them have it and said, listen man, I'm a winner. Are you guys coming with me type of thing or not?
I like that.
This is not me.
I like that attitude.
So not to continue so much on about Xhaka.
Yeah.
And I don't want to disrespect the player that I'm going to bring up here, but you can compare it to Aubameyang, the mentalities, in the sense that Xhaka hit rock bottom at this football club, booed off by our fans.
Then was asked to stay. When fans were singing his name in the last game of the season, say don't leave. But you're right, he was at the lowest point.
And God knows what goes on behind the scenes, but the Aubameyang situation, he sort of never really came back from that with Arteta, and he was off. Whereas I think Xhaka has that sort of like Albanian mentality where it's like, nah, fuck you, I'm coming back. Sorry for swearing.
That's fine. It's fine. Okay. No, I think he gained Arteta's I think he's always had Arteta's respect because of like he's been such a big part to Xhaka's career. But you're right. I was gonna say when he was talking about Aubameyang, I was thinking Laurie. I know Laurie's got a big.
Be careful what you say about Aubameyang.
I love Aubameyang. I love Aubameyang.
We all do here. But like I said again,
different personalities. Aubameyang was a swag guy.
Yeah.
Xhaka is that serious dude that you need alongside you.
I think this game is. We're very lucky that it's an international break after this game because what I mentioned before of Sunderland being so resilient. They're gonna go right to the last minute of the game at full intensity. They're gonna give everything, and like you said, if that half-time team talk, that doesn't surprise me, but they won't give up. No matter having Granit Xhaka inside doesn't mean he's not Lionel Messi, but we have Granit Xhakas all across our team, so I expect us to win this game.
Yeah.
But
got some good wins. I mean, they've beaten Brentford, they've beaten Forest, they've beaten Chelsea. Okay, they beat Wolves and West Ham, which but they've got 5 wins so far out of 10 games, which is good.
Yeah,
they've only lost 2, Burnley and Man United, and apparently they're a bit unlucky in one of those games. So they are going to be a test.
And we're the first top team, no disrespect to anyone else, to go to theirs, and they're going to be bang up for it because they could like close the gap on us a little bit.
Yeah, that's actually mad. You say that's so true.
If somebody would have said, let's be honest, somebody would have said that after 10 games, even that Sunderland would be 4th in the Champions League places, we would have all laughed. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, we
would have done.
Can I ask you this before? We'll do players to look out for, which we kind of discussed on a little bit for Sunderland before we do that, and then get score predictions. Are you boys at this stage looking around at the other we've been in these title races before and you're always looking at other scores and stuff, which so naturally you do that, but I feel like I've recently come to a stage where I'll check a score, but I'm not like, I need you lot to drop points. Are you, especially with this weekend coming up, are you looking at other clubs around you? Because I heard a Man City fan, I speak to a lot of fans from different clubs, I spoke to a Man City fan this week, they're like, mate, we're back. After that game in the Champions League against Dortmund, they're like, yeah, we're back. And then I spoke to obviously Liverpool fans, especially AGT, said if we win this weekend, we are back. So all these fans are now saying, they're all pointing down, looking at us saying, mate, let's just see what happens at the end of this week, and we'll see if the title race is still on. But for me, because I did research on how many clubs have like come back off a 10 gap, if we were 10 points in front, sorry. Obviously we're not that yet, but I saw Man United many a times have come back and won the league from 10 points. Arsenal did. I think it's 12 points. I checked, 10 or 12. I've seen Liverpool do it as well. There's throughout the years back in the 90s and the early 2000s. So Man City did it, I think, 2017, 18?
Maybe, yeah.
I think it's 10 points. So yeah, like, the question is, are you guys looking at other clubs and what their results are? In a way that you're like, I need you to drop points. Or you just solely focused on Arsenal, keep winning, keep clearing a clean sheet. I don't really, whatever. I'm more focused on what you lot are doing.
When at the moment, I'm not looking back.
Yeah,
when we're chasing, I'm looking at other games and I'm thinking, come on, drop points and then we can capitalise. But I don't really care. I mean, I'd love a Liverpool City draw. That's obviously a very different story. Those are the two that. But for other games, like Liverpool, we were coming back from Burnley and Robbie's like watching the Liverpool Villa game like intently.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm just like, I went to sleep. I actually don't care. As long as we win our games, couldn't care less.
I'm with you.
I'm with that.
I'm
totally with that. It's in our hands even at this early stage. Okay, it's only 10 games, just over a quarter of the season gone. But look, it's not just the results and the points, it's the way we're playing. Especially the defence looks impregnable at the moment. So, yeah, I'm kind of with that, man. I mean, to me, the biggest threats to Arsenal this season are probably Erling Haaland and injuries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just be honest with you.
No, yeah, because, amen.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel right now. I mean, things can change, obviously. You know what it's like. If you get a couple of adverse results, then obviously you start looking at things a little bit different. But I have to go on what I'm seeing now. And what I'm seeing now, they just look comfortable, man.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
comfortable.
This is the first game in a while I've been a little bit nervous.
Ooh.
A little bit nervous. Because for Newcastle away, for example, I wasn't particularly nervous because it was still very early on and it's sort of, the result mattered.
Game,
but this is massive because we know what Sunderland are about and they're going to go for the win. Burnley weren't going for a win; they were going for a draw. And you know, West Ham coming to our place, they're not exactly. They're going for the win. I am a little bit nervous.
People are making me feel more nervous. I was just keep thinking, Sunderland. They just come
Are
from
we
the
more
Championship,
nervous
you know?
though because it's Xhaka, or is it?
Nah, he's not one man can't make you.
No, but I've already said that the man's capable of scoring.
You're
Yeah,
manifesting it. Why are you manifesting it?
Yeah,
You're
No,
putting
you know
it
what it
out
is?
there.
No, we play big players. We play big teams with big players.
Of course,
good players.
Of course.
Like,
We're going to beat them. I'm saying it here and now. We're going to beat them, but I'm saying I just envisioned it of him scoring and breaking that.
I see it as well.
no, that defensive dart. But let's run through two players. Obviously, Adingra they've got, but he hasn't actually been playing much for Sunderland at all. But Adingra, a really good player, but I don't know why he's not playing as many minutes. And obviously, William Asadador, which we spoke about, he scored. The 25-year-old striker scored 4 goals in 10 games for them.
Looks very impressive.
He is the standout, really. He's the one that. And you make a very good point earlier, Matt. Like, there's always one from the Championship just ends up bagging goals. Liam Delap was a perfect
You know why that
example.
is as well? Because he's sort of flown under the radar. He can surprise people.
Yeah,
You
he's
know,
quite
because they
a
don't know.
versatile striker. He's quite
You know what I mean?
a versatile attacker. Sorry, so
Melise Mousset. Them type of guys,
come
you
up
know.
and just
Yeah.
you never know how to really handle.
And like I said, Sunderland, they have an identity. They know what they're about, especially when they're at home. And they feed off that. They'll get enough energy of that. And let's be honest, without in any way sounding disrespectful, is a little bit of a free hit for Sunderland, aren't they? Because Arsenal are expected to win.
Disagree.
Okay.
Disagree.
When I say free hit, maybe that's not the
they're not
right
they're not thinking that.
terminology.
No, they're not
But-
thinking that.
Their fans aren't. They.
I don't know, man. I think let's have it right. If Sunderland were to draw with us on Saturday, that to them that would be like a win. Whereas we would look at it like, we dropped 2 points.
It depends on the context, doesn't it? Like if they scored in the last minute, then they'd be buzzing. But if they were 2-0 up and we came back, then probably not.
Okay.
But Sunderland are 4th in the league. They're no joke. They're no mugs. I don't think this is a free hit for them at all. I think, like I said, they're probably thinking before international break, could close the gap on Arsenal, or could at least get comfortably in the top 4.
Well, their manager, I listened to an interview with him the other day, and he said at the moment their target is to reach, what is that kind of minimum
40 points?
No, over a season that will ensure that you don't go down. At the moment, that is their main target, whereas obviously with Arsenal, their aspiration is to win the league. So that's why I'm saying if Sunderland were to get a draw, that would, for them, I'm telling you, that would be like a
Well, it's
win.
hard, isn't it? Leicester, they got relegated, then come up, and then when they come up, they won the league like that. Although won the league and then got relegated, one of the ways down. Sometimes you don't expect to be where you are, so things change throughout the season. But hey, right now that's probably their target, but that will definitely change if they go on and keep winning games or not dropping points. But let me read these match facts quickly, and then we'll go to score predictions. Arsenal have not conceded any goals in their last 5 games. Amazing. Sunderland have
No, it's got to be more than that.
Yeah, it
Eight,
must be.
isn't it?
It's more than that. I think it's 9. I think
Is
it
it
might be
8 or
10.
9?
I'm not conceded any
Eight.
goals in their last 5. Okay, yeah, no, I don't know where these match facts I got from this. So maybe not.
Check your sources.
Maybe
man.
5 Prem games.
Right.
Okay,
That's-
I'm being too muggy. So.
No, that's not buggy. That's just you being it's good.
insecure
No,
about
you have to be direct for the viewers as well. We got Sunderland have only secured 2 clean sheets in their last 5 fixtures. I think this is in the league as well. The Gunners haven't lost to the Black Cats in their last 12 meetings. So with all that information, score predictions. I'll start with you, Matt.
I'm going to go 1-0 to the Arsenal.
That's
1-0 to the Arsenal. I'm going goal scorer.
Go on. Why not? If there's one, who is it?
Mikel Merino.
I'm with that.
Mikel Merino.
I'm with that.
Wouldn't mind it. Don't mind him in the 9.
Oh my God, I might have to match that, It's going to be a tight
You
game.
going 1-0 Merino?
I think so. Do you know what? When I was in Prague, I went Saka to score a penalty, and I thought Max was going to get the penalty, but we got a penalty, and then Saka did score.
Why would Max take it?
No, he wouldn't take it. I just said I went.
I see.
I
Right,
predict
okay.
that we'll get a penalty through Max, and Saka will take it.
Okay.
We've gone 1-0. Mikel Merino, what you with your Xhaka boom? What is your scoreline? 2-1.
I'd love to say 2-0, but for this game, I think I might have to go 3-1.
Boo. We ain't conceding. I'll be fuming if we concede a shot on target. Fuming.
How big is that for you, not conceding?
Imagine not conceding a goal in the between the international breaks at all. That is mad.
I don't know how you felt. You were there. When they got a penalty, I was fuming.
Yeah, we all looked at each other like, We're gonna lose this. We're gonna lose the clean sheet.
Yeah, 3-0 up. Obviously, we guarantee win even if they scored. I felt like we'd, gone like 1-0 down.
I think I know the answer to this question, but we had a little debate on the watch along the other week. We're saying, would you rather win games 6-1 or 1-0?
6-1.
Right
A
now,
lot of people said 1-0.
no.
to be fair.
Right now, because we've got such a good clean sheet record, I'd say 1-0. If it was just in general, of course, 6-1. Like, I never cared about defense. I never cared about defensive records at all until where we are right now.
Yeah,
I'm a striker. I enjoy goals, but
I must admit, I said 6-1, but the rest of them on the panel, they all said 1-0.
yeah, no, not in general, not in day-to-day watching football. No.
What was Emery's quote? Emery had a quote, didn't he? Like, I'd rather win 5-4 than 1-0 or something like
Yeah, that's
that.
probably because he had the excitement of it all.
Yeah.
But, yeah. All right. So
Anyway, as long as we win, that is the main thing.
100%, 100%.
But given that I've spent half the programme saying that I could envision Xhaka scoring, then I can't really say otherwise. But I do think that we will win, though. 3-1.
Good. 3-1 to Laurie, 1-0 for me and Matt with a Mecca Marina goal. That is our thoughts and predictions. Let us know yours in the comments below. Like the video on the way out. It's the Gunners versus the Black Cats, or the Black Cats versus the Gunners. Let's hope we're not unlucky this weekend and we come out with 3 points. I'll see you again soon. Peace.